and we saw how the media gave us dust when it came to Jelani Day, who was missing for weeks, y'all, And then we saw how with Petito, that was everywhere on every media outlet you can think of. And we even pushed it because we don't want anybody to go missing as people. But we do see the large disparities between how when a Black person goes missing, especially, when they're a Black man, Black woman, how when they go missing, there's nothing. We in the community have to push it on social media. Twitter has been that space for us to call out missing people. When a white girl goes missing, we get a lot. What do we have on that? As far as media. Here we go.
Jelani Day. The 25-year-old was a graduate student at Illinois State University in Bloomington. Shortly after his disappearance, a body was found in a nearby river, but it took police 24 days to identify it as Jelani. And now we're finding out why. And I have to warn you, some of the details you're about to hear are extremely disturbing. So if you want to hit mute for a second, please do, and I will give you a moment. The condition of the body was so bad that the coroner had to use dental records and DNA to positively identify it as Jelani. The Chicago Sun-Times reports that Jelani's family had a second autopsy performed, showing the body didn't have any eyes and was missing teeth. And a celebration of life was held for Jelani this past weekend. There still haven't been any arrests in connection with Jelani's death, and we still haven't gotten any official explanation of what happened.
And I need to know what happened to him. He wouldn't have hurt nobody. Jelani shouldn't have been like that.
It's very sad to see that. It's very sad to see how the coroner's office originally treated his body. It's very sad to see that they found him and did not make the family aware of what was the clarity of the situation. Basically, we found him. This is what we found, or anything. Weeks. They just had a body. They just had a body there. Weeks without the family being properly notified about what was going on. But with Gabrielle, right? Am I saying her name right? Gabrielle. I want to make sure I give her that respect. Gabrielle Petito. Yeah. With Gabrielle Petito, the young white woman who went traveling with her partner at the time, who went missing. It was so much that we were getting layers of the story. We found out, you guys, and here's privilege. Listen to me and listen to me good. We found out that her partner went home. Police officers did not arrest him as a person of interest. It was regularly at home, regularly in the house. We're talking, this is white privilege just showing itself even in this situation. That poor girl's body's out there somewhere. But they were doing the looking, they were searching, they were putting the work in. Jelani Day, amongst so many other Black faces that we see come across our timelines every day, because we have to do it ourselves. Because the media, officials, police officers, they don't really care when we go missing. A lot of times you may call and say, hey, this person is missing. And they'll say, was there any trouble at home? They'll ask you questions like, I said they was missing. Can you put out a missing persons report? I'm not asking for all this, right? This is why it's important for us to keep pushing. And I know it's going to feel like forever, y'all, damn. But this is why it's important for us to keep pushing and helping ourselves in these spaces, in these places. I know we have our show here, and I don't want to say our little show, but we have our show, honey, here.
Right.
But that helps and, create a space for Black news. And even if it's not Black news, we're going to tie it to something Black. We are, because we want to make sure that we are also part of the conversation and we're never left out. Jelani Day, somebody who, if the media did do more with, maybe especially in these huge platforms, and show him as more than just a Black boy, because when they look at a Black boy, what do they think of? We saw how they did Tamir Rice. They looked at him as a Black man, right? Black man. Jelani Day, Black man. Tamir Rice, 12-year-old, a Black man. Trayvon Martin, right, was looked at as a Black man. That's all America sees. And we know when we have that as a Black man, what they put that to, that's a thug. He probably was on them streets doing whatever. We don't really need to search for him. But everybody deserves to be protected. Everybody deserves to be searched for when they're missing, no matter what color you are. Everybody deserves the same grace, I feel like, especially in times like this. We have too much of our young people who go missing.
Yes.
And when they're a person of color, that's it. We see people, so much misinformation came out about Jelani because we don't have a certain place to really have that actual news that's correct coming out about our Black missing people. So we had to just try to put pieces together ourselves. The mother had to come out recently and because the funeral happened this past weekend, and people were saying it was almost because he was in a body of water. I think it was like a lake they found him in. And
river, yeah.
So it caused his organs and things to dissipate and all that stuff. So people were saying there was online. What happened? The conversation shifted over to organs being sold. And that was the rumor for a while. The mother then had to come out with a statement saying, if we're going to put out the information, and I agree with her, if we're going to do that, if we're going to do the work, if we're going to put the information out to make sure that we're putting out the correct information, we got to do it right. She's like, there was nothing about organ selling and things like that. And I love that she put that news out there. But when somebody was saying that in that moment of the funeral, it was reminding them of like Emmett Till, and a mother not being able to identify her son because of a system that didn't care about him. And that really hurt my feelings, that all these Black men, Black people will probably never get in this world the same grace. Like this, his body didn't have to decompose that way. He didn't have, the coroner, the people that found him did not have to look at him like just another thug. We'll give the parents information some other time. Right now, let's focus on this white girl who's gone missing. What has happened to her? Let's get the parents the information. Let's put this out on the news. Let's make sure that the world knows what her name was.
Bro, they had Dog the Bounty Hunter looking for old boy behind her.
Yeah.
They really were.
It's crazy. It's crazy how all of this stuff. Go ahead.
Dwayne, take me down real quick.
All right. It's just crazy how all of this stuff just has the same common theme. It's like we are just at the bottom of the totem pole across the board.
Yes.
And it's, I can't help but to say it's partly our fault. Like, I hate to always be the, you know what I mean?
You say that a lot.
Everything back to race, but that's the common theme in all of this. Like and I say it's partly our fault because everybody else rides so hard. We don't do that, man. And it seems like, especially the last couple years, a lot of people are just jumping on the bandwagon because it's the trending topic right now. Yeah. Like another Black, but there's so many more Jelani days out there. Like it's
no, and it's scary because you could be Jelani Day. I could be Jelani Day. Like there's so many out there. We have to watch our backs every day about what's going on. There's so much time has went by as far as who his prospective perpetrator could have been, who did this. They don't care about our lives here in America. And I know it goes back to us, but I think right now we've taken responsibility on a lot of things. And no matter what we step up to try to build around us to secure ourselves, America almost comes in like they did with Tulsa, Oklahoma, and bombs on everything that we create to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's just the tiring part about it. I don't know. We created Black Lives Matter as a form just to be like, hey, recognize that Black Lives Matter. That turned into a whole nother thing. When others got involved, it turned into something that it's not even about. It's like, let's focus on the focal point that Black Lives Matter. It's sad that we have to create something separate, but America made us separate. And no matter what Black group of people it is, we will still be seen like our lives don't matter. When we go missing, our lives should matter. When we're immigrants, our lives should matter. When we're part of the LGBTQIA plus community, our lives should matter. When we're part of a sports group, we should be more than just boys working. But I remember they called them I remember for the football team, Donald Trump was talking to them folks and said, "Get them boys in line." Them people should be more than just workers for you, like little strong black men working for these white owners. It should be more than that. Their lives should matter. Like everybody across the board, their lives should matter. It just shouldn't be looked at as what society's created. We have to fight every single day. I feel like it's not. I want to see it in my lifetime. I know there's been some growth from our ancestors and where we are today, but damn it, like it's like almost just a snail. It's like snail movement. And if this is progression, the bar, where is it?